guys, welcome back. This week we are going to be doing this summer date night, whatever this is, look. It's a very romantic cat eye with some very glowy skin, and I just love it. I wear it all the time, anytime I need to have more makeup than natural makeup. This is usually what I go for. So if you want to see how I made this glowy skin look, then stick around. Okay. So I'm going to start off with the UTAN CBD Tanning Water by Jamie Genevieve. And I'm just going to spray that all over my face. This was great in the morning, by the way. It was... Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with a moisturizer. I'm gonna use Pixi H2O Skin Drink Pure Hydration Gel. I'm just gonna take a pea-sized amount on clean hands, go under my eyes, pat that into my skin. Now, since it's the summertime, I haven't really been wearing much foundation lately, especially since I've just been inside. I'm probably going to be doing this look without foundation, just using some concealer. I like to use the Revolution Conceal and Define. I mix 3.5 and 5 to get my sort of tone. I'm usually in 5 when I have any fake tan on, and 3.5 is my kind of regular skin tone. So I'm somewhere in between right now. I'm going to start by putting some 3.5 under my eyes, which is usually where I like it to be a little bit lighter, and over this spot I decided to come play. And then I'm going to take the 5 and put a little bit under my eyes as well. And I don't use any fancy tools, going with my fingers. And we are at the bottom of this bottle, so. And then I have Milani Make It Last Setting Spray, and I just spray it onto the flat side of my beauty blender, give it a nice squeeze, and start from the middle of my face and work my way out. I always get red around the nose. Now I am out of my regular setting powder right now, so I'm back to basics, and this is what we're using in the shade Translucent. So I'm gonna give my beauty blender, the pointed side, a little bit of a spray this time, dip it right in. I try not to put on a lot of powder, but enough to make sure the concealer is set so it doesn't get too caked. So the bronzer that I use is called Trip to Costa Ray, I think I'm saying that right, by Wander Beauty. And it's this bronzer with just a little bit of shimmer in it, which makes your skin look nice and dewy when you're outside, but in regular lighting, it just kind of seems like regular bronzer. Then I take my any big fluffy brush and go right on top of my cheekbones. I'm also gonna go up on my forehead. And just a little bit on your chin. Now I'm gonna go in with Gigi Gorgeous's The Sick Sculpt in Turnt, which is just a non-shimmery bronzer. And I'm gonna go along my, under my chin with this flat, fluffy brush and contour my nose. I'm going to take that bronzer and I'm going to put a little bit in my outer corner of my lower lash line as well. I feel like that just kind of helps blend the concealer in and make it a little bit more natural. Now that I have my base basically done, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows. I use the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Pomade in 384 Auburn in a very small amount. I don't need much. You're gonna have to bear with me. Eyebrows are a bit difficult to do on camera, but I have discovered my efforts. I spoolie through them and just get them clean. And then I go in my inner corner on the bottom and just clean it up, and then go ahead and blend it out. And then from there I go to the upper part of my eyebrow and go along the upper line outward toward the tail. Well, we were going for a natural brow, but since they're a bit overgrown, we went with something a little more normal. That's what happens. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other side of my face. Now I'm going to go in with my 24-hour brow setter by Benefit and just brush my brows into place. Ugh, my brows are being problematic today and I just don't care. I can't remember what palette this is, but I'm going to go in my Morphe palette with shade Clear. Right here. I'm going to use this small fluffy brush and bring that right into my inner corner. And then I'm going to dip into So Fetched to base my outer corner, which is like this nice dark caramely nude color. I'm going to dip into that with a nice medium-sized fluffy brush. I'm taking it right up to my brow bone. Now I'm going to go into the shade Wannabe, which is a nice chocolate brown, with the same brush that I was already using. I'm going to lightly dip into that and then I'm going to put it right in my outer corner. And that's just to give it some dimension. I'm going to take a little bit of that and I'm going to go under on my lower lash line too. Just a little, just to blend it together. Now I'm going to take my Tarte Sex Kitten Winged Liquid Eyeliner, which is probably all faded off for you honestly. And I'm going to make a line outward. And then I'm going to drag it in towards the center of my eye. And then I'm going to do a line kind of halfway through my eye to just bring that liner a little bit more into the middle, but not all the way. Now that I've done my outside liner, I'm going to go ahead and point the inner corner of my liner just to give me a little bit more of a dramatic eye. I don't know, this flat sort of small contour brush, and I'm going to do my blush. Now I'm going to keep it back to the tops of my cheeks again to give it almost a sunburnt kind of look, like you've definitely been outside today. And I'm going to be using the NYX Baked Blush plus Illuminizer plus Bronzer, and it is in color Wanderlust. And then go right on top of my cheeks to my temple, and then bring it in. And I also put a little bit right above my eyebrow because I know that when I get sunburnt, that's where it happens. And again, I'm going to put a little bit of that right over my nose. I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara. I typically use the Benefit Bad Gal Bang in black. I will be putting on lashes, so I'm not going to do this like super well. Now I'm going to give that a moment to dry before I go in and do my lashes. But in the meantime, I'm going to get the glue ready so I can kind of prep. I am using the Duo Glue in dark tone, and I'm using the Velasha lashes in 5D. They're not really anything special, just big fluffy lashes. So I went ahead and put the glue on and just set that down. I'll come back to it in a second. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and line my lips. And to that, I will be using the NYX lip liner in shade Mauve, which is very close to my natural color. That's why I use it. It's maybe one shade darker than my natural tone. And I'm going to focus it mostly on the middle of my lips and then kind of blend it in toward the corners to give it more of a pout. So I overline my top lip a little bit, but not my bottom lip, just to kind of even them out. This is what we've got so far. And if you didn't want to wear lashes, you could definitely end it here. And forgive me, but there's no way I'll be able to do this on camera, so. So this next part is really how I get most of the glow in my skin, and it's just a combination of 2 different highlighters. I know you're not supposed to do this, but I like the way that it looks with these 2 particular products, so I do it anyway. So I use the Estee Lauder Double Wear Highlighting Cushion Stick in number 1, Champagne Glow. And what I do is just take a little bit of that and put it on my hand here. I'm going to use about that much there, and just all the way up. And above my brow again, in the same kind of area where we bronzed and highlighted. So you can see that that gave me a nice amount of initial glow, but initial glow isn't as extra as I need to be regularly. So I'm gonna go in with even more highlighter, but first I'm going to set my makeup so far with the Milani Make It Last again. Is anybody else as like addicted to face water as I am? I mean, it's summertime and it's hot, but all year really, it just feels so nice. Now that that's most of the way dry, we're gonna go ahead and go in with the ColourPop Got Me Beaming in Prom Queen and Group Chat mixed. And go ahead and apply that to the very highest points of your cheeks. Since we already did the initial like main highlight, you really just want to focus this in the areas that you want to really pop. Now that I've got the outside done, I'm going to go into the more specific areas of my face, and I'm going to do small details with this smaller rounded condensed brush. I'm also going to go right on my brow bone. I do highly suggest having your brows done when you do this, like I do not, but we're quarantined, baby, who cares? And then we're also going to do right on the cupid's bow, right on the tip of the nose. Just drag it up with your finger to blend it. It works much better than any brush, I promise you. Now that we've done all that, I'm going to go in with my mascara one more time. We're going to do a coat on my lower lashes as well as just blending my eyelashes in with the falsies. Alright guys, and that is the finished look. I don't do the false lashes all the time, but I definitely love this eyeliner with them, and I love how glowy the skin is. I love this makeup look. I do it all the time. It's a very romantic summer date night look to me. It transitions well from day to night. I mean, you don't have a lot of foundation or anything else, so it doesn't really cake up your face, but it's still enough to look like you have glowing bronzed skin, which I love. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this look, please comment, subscribe if you like. I will definitely be doing more makeup looks in the future. I do genuinely enjoy them, whether it's normal makeup like this or if it's some weird gory SFX stuff. It'll be happening, don't worry. I just needed to sit down with you guys this week and just chill, you know? Last week was a lot. We just needed some one-on-one time, you know? Alright guys, I will see you next week. Get through it. Do your best.